Chapter 9. James, Nicholas, Christmas, and the boys walked slowly in the deep snow, but soon made their way to the barn. Mr. Christmas pulled back the large sliding door and stepped inside. Jacob was a little apprehensive, but he also stepped inside the barn. He noticed there were two gigantic horses, one in each stall. Zachary saw the look on Jacob's face and explained, "That's Myrtle and Homer. They are about 6 feet tall, weigh close to about 1,800 pounds. Homer probably weighs a little more. They're both Clydesdales." Myrtle was a bay and Homer was a chestnut color. They both had long white hair covering their ankles, and their hooves were as large as frying pans. Dylan walked over to Myrtle and rubbed her head. "Hey, pretty girl, I would like for you to meet Jacob," said Dylan. "Homer, I would like to introduce you to Jacob. Can you both say hello?" Dylan commanded. At that moment, both horses bowed down. One leg was bent at the knee and the other leg was straight out in front. "Wow," said Jacob. "This is so beyond amazing. Make them do something else." "We don't have time, Jacob," Mr. Christmas said with urgency in his voice. He walked over to a tall green curtain hanging from one end of the barn to the other end. When he pulled it back, there was this large, most excellent red sleigh. Jacob had never seen anything like that. At that moment, he couldn't move. He couldn't talk. "Take a breath, Jacob," said Aiden with a big smile on his face. "Jacob, do you know how to hook up the horses to the sleigh?" asked James, Nicholas, Christmas. "No, sir," said Jacob, "but I know how to say giddy up." "Well, whatever you do, don't say giddy up until I tell you to," warned Mr. Christmas. Zachary and Dylan harnessed Myrtle and Homer by gently inserting the bridle bits into their mouths and placing the check straps over the ears, onto the back of their heads, down their backs, then placing the reins over the front of the sleigh. "Come on, boys, let's go," said James, Nicholas, Christmas. Aiden opened the big doors leading into the barn and jumped in the back of the sleigh with Jacob, Dylan, Zachary, and Mr. Christmas. "Jacob, say giddy up," belted Mr. Christmas. "Move it, Myrtle and Homer," yelled Jacob. The horses raised their heads but didn't budge. "Jacob!" Mr. Christmas cried. "Oh, sorry, Mr. C. Giddy up, Myrtle and Homer." Those horses took off so fast that Zachary had to grab Jacob by the seat of his pants so he wouldn't fly out of the sled. "Whoopee!" yelled Jacob. They flew through the deep snow for a few miles. Then James, Nicholas, Christmas yelled, "Whoa! Whoa!" The horses came to an abrupt halt. Mr. Christmas pulled out his cell phone and asked Jacob for his mom's phone number. "Hello? Hello? Who is this?" screamed Shannon. "Miss Van, your kids are completely safe," Mr. Christmas blurted out. Shannon's legs gave out. She fell to her knees, leaned forward, and put her forehead against the cold floor. "I jumped off the sofa and got down on the floor with her, along with Mr. Matt and Polar Bear." "Where are they? Where are my babies? Who are you? What have you done to my babies? I need to talk to them," pleaded Shannon in a desperate voice. Miss Van," said Mr. Christmas. "I am James Nicholas Christmas, and I live in Holly Hills, just north of Mistletoe Heights." Mr. Matt was listening in on the phone call. He nodded his head to Shannon and whispered, "I know him. It's okay." Mr. Christmas continued, "Your children got lost in the woods. They were cold and hungry, so I took them to my home. My wife and I are taking good care of them, and if the snow eases up, I will bring them home tomorrow, Christmas Eve. Jacob is here and would like to talk to you." Mr. Christmas turned to Jacob, but the little guy was shaking his head back and forth. And then he took his hand and slid it across his throat. Mr. Christmas put his hand over the cell phone and whispered, "You have to talk to your mom." Jacob slowly took the phone and in a barely audible voice said, "Hi, Mom. You all ready for Christmas?" "Jacob Patrick Van," Shannon sobbed. "What am I going to do with you three?" "Mom, we didn't mean to do it. It was an accident," cried Jacob. Jacob's mom was still sobbing, and he felt really bad. "Mommy, we're coming home tomorrow, and we'll make our beds every day. Mommy, we'll clean our rooms, take out the garbage, and basically work every day for the rest of our lives." "Just come home, son, and bring your sisters," said Shannon. "Are you sure everyone is okay?" "Yes, Mom, we're having a blast. I hope the time goes fast so we can come home soon," Jacob quickly said, correcting himself.